You don't have eyes.
But kind, it's all about perspective.
No. I'm not perceiving. What I see is what I'm
saying.
No,
yeah, what you see is what you perceive.
No,
and that is what I also perceive.
That is what is there. See that thing on Facebook. What is there?
I see people's perception. No,
see what is on Facebook and stop the hypocrisy. Anna.
Evelyn says, read my rule. Evelyn, I've read yours. I need to go back. Hold on. Yeah, some about.
I don't know why people behave like Mumu Sura baby. That's the who are they not pay.
Because when me person me code we unhu clit. We unhu clit woman.
You know clit? Have you seen a clit before?
Ah, seriously?
No. Why? Like she was going to. Why did you go? You are going to put your hand. What did you do?
Hey, no. Hey.
What you see seriously? What are you going to do? I refuse that.
That's how it is in the power.
No, there are women without clit.
Unhu clit wa ha. Me unhu clit biya wa ha.
What is this?
How can that be a clit?
It's a what? What is this?
So that's a clit.
So you have a clit.
It's I say a perspective. Oh, you me say
I understand.
I don't see
you
it.
Know a woman's clit. A woman's clit is known by her nose, and her vagina is known by her lips. So see her clit.
Why? Leave me alone.
Why? If you are sitting with a woman, check. If you are with your wife right now in the bedroom in Ghana, all you need to do is just take your head down to the lick stowel and bring it back to the nose and see if what I'm saying is a lie. The size of your nose shows the size of your clit. So I can see a clit that is reddish, ready for licking. I greet you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I saw this and I wanted to bring your mind on it. And whatever is there is back to my discussion. I asked a simple question. If you're making love nicely with a woman, or you are a woman and you're making love with a man, and your husband or whoever is giving you a good sexual intercourse, and an erected male organ falls out of your vagina, will you hold it and put it back, or you will let him look for it and put it back? Which one will be okay? I am tempted to ask you that in case one day you have opportunity to have sex and doing sexual intercourse, the male organ falls out of your vagina, will you attempt to put it back, or what will you do?
Well, since I haven't experienced it before, comment. Meaning, I fall on the books. Meaning,
this cannot be found in books. When a penis comes out,
I can be a virgin.
I saw a virgin now. See, what will you do in case we start?
I don't even know how it feels like or it looks. Anything about it. Comment.
There's some guy who yesterday sent us the message. I'm tempted to look for you because yesterday I won't say what happened, but somebody was struggling to look for who you are after sending the message to us. Yesterday, my guest was looking for that guy who sent the message. Oh, you want to cry? Only biography, I said, what?
Of course, I'm curious.
Why are you curious?
Nadia and Nipani sounds like they know me and I don't know them.
No, obviously only one that.
Me question is one. We are not even friends on Facebook. I don't know why they.
Yes, see, or your my bride. Also, no, my bride.
But
or your humanizer. And you do the way na person can say shock you so bia. A DB and you said abe post.
Me name
now. To say lick store and can be who say Sam na your kind. I just say sorry DB. Oh my God. Where are the gay? But you say to film on social.
Oh, okay. I can attempt to answer your question.
Thank you.
Me the best back, yes.
Now so Berman who were in swear.
Oh, there be saying who me hidden can dump him.
Okay, thank you. So be our for Obama didn't done. So this is what is going to connect me to my discussion for today. This morning I had a message, and the message was sent to me since August 22nd. Unfortunately, on Facebook message, I don't go there. So I went there to read, and the lady says that the husband is causing her BP to go up.
Why?
She's not in the mood regularly for sexual intercourse, but the husband demands. And when they had a meeting, the church says that she should not deny the husband sex. But the husband is fighting her because anytime the husband is penetrating and it comes out, it says, "Why is she not putting it back?"
That is a problem.
Bearman is adding a tour or chance or no one function.
Nanka, what is it? Care problem?
What's a Bearman who were Hindi or no word down? A 2 young came over shame you. I get in the woman's own. Or she wants to find a way to make sure that this man will not have sex with her. But this man too, or see at times she's asleep. She'll wake up and the male organ is in her vagina.
Just like that.
Yes. And whether she's lubricated, or for you, bear man wants to have his way.
And rape.
So it is spousal rape.
Yeah.
But when we say, or see a semen for home come and on any can or see you know on your ready. And just only there near two. And talk about first times or say two, one fine shame. And to be some say two, one fine shame, a crime. Well, what is supposed to know?
Now we can away as some cranny.
Then he has some other.
It's here to why the bishop is a problem while we're in.
Yes, not yet me.
I dare we are seeing it to Musano.
Hey, you're better.
When you think any problem?
But it has become a problem.
Just not in the baby now.
Send me a new sim. Once I told you the opposition, no, what will send me a new year, busy. And told you some you know, see. Minya panka, minya bed actually, but this is chalk. Yeah,
actually, I could never check a can.
You done chalk. And generally pay the talk. What I can't do about sock and me the messana chalk it. And I'm sissy buka, net tour. Me you chalk no. Now ain't got the free. So for you, we think it's no problem.
No, but me say so once. Me expensive that, but me say so. Sometimes without on sacral, you're able to find your way back in.
And no, oh, sorry. That's a you will continue on when we see it. Yes, you do not just so sorry. Well, serious. And this is you use to any bad damage. They'll use you and we finding a way. I've not understood your own.
Say.
What's it? They'll use you and they're finding the way.
And Deb, me say, you know.
What's it? Why?
Say, be no more. Say, me tie kind your social media. Me follow Crawford.
So what that for the black
people? Cause like Deb, come me landlady. Menya landlady there. Minimum be a
catch you say and why finding way to see.
Say me read your sabrocha benya news articles. Yeah,
news then.
Articles.
News then.
Articles.
So well, all these things I'm trying to bring on your mind that people are suffering in their marriages. And when I read the story, I felt so bad. And the last message I had today was a young man who says he has tracked the wife's phone and she's suspecting the wife is cheating because there's a particular guy that will always call and say, babe, I miss you and everything. And he has investigated and found out that the guy, when they were in school, was crashing on the wife. And the guy has left for some years now and has found the wife's number after school page. And so he has decided by the audio she's having through the recording to drop the wife immediately. Now, the question is that one too, I'll bring to you before I start. This is a husband. And we're talking about husbands who are weak. I've started my topic, weak husbands.
Weak in terms of DMing.
Or the software to the phone. So,
as in Wahaki
and monitoring phone calls. Ne WhatsApp. Snapchat.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, Adajesa.
Okay. Well, so Adaje. That's a husband.
Wow.
And I'll say, after all the monitoring, who say a branch be the getting in common constantly. Or say the point, we are not bad nights. It's about 12 to 1.
12 a.m.
About 12.
Hey.
1.
Oh, yeah, Juma Abuchi, Hana Ghana. Oh, yeah, Nessana.
No, your ness are there. Your ness has been point. The beer we see my point. That's how I'm coming to Jack. And I want money to say, who say a branch be, and or yeah, follow up where research. No, a branch end in the Yiriko school. Now, time on school. Now, branch and crash 1 year so.
Oh.
And I'm going to form a school group union or student union group B. And when we say this crashing guy is on the page, we are finding the hidden contact. And as I say, I miss you. How I wish and all that stuff. And I am a yaman nano or no person. Counselor, I want to divorce my wife, but you said on the last show that when you contemplate divorce, talk to a counselor. So he's talking to me. What is your take?
What I know, say sometimes, and yet would do when who be an area.
Thank you. So it's back again to the picture on Facebook. You see, she's just referring to it. And yet, dear, would you when you be an
a real.
Thank you, young common. So,
Because to me discerning emotions through for encomodim.
thank you.
And you can't tell to the extent to which say be or ban or no so I should will play along. And I say a real relationship neko. On the other hand,
we can play along.
Of course,
Okay.
yes, say fifi friend say who dey.
Who is samai?
Good. And yes.
What do you mean samai?
Meaning
okay, I mean sure. This that about way back can I'm going to teach you something. So yes in samaya the share when near seno. And do fifi fuenia say who is samai. The one that thing that comes here and sad and samai sad and yes samai. And samai.
Ain't no upa fifi exactly what you said. Ube hu now who and be blame you be
what you say?
Any who are in your time. Me have me ho crown koshe. Ne mom no. Okwa me fa so a me ne wo be ma na ye betina. Na ma do na ma make sure so wo so be do me no wa respect me no ne hu hia me. Na chat there. Me have me hu konko kan o chat. Me pese me ku me hu ana pese me ye dem.
So it's likely say chat with me.
Of course, we be broken heart and I will say text. What kind of text? The mind has a way of capturing it. And better own to me current deleting if you are dream. It's any mean kind.
Okay. So is the man right to find a software to monitor?
No, that is invading her privacy. I brought you home to me yes how. Yeah, you bet to be a sue. To me yes Of course. That's how you may round Tommy. As an individual, me want me right.
Also, as a constitution,
right. Yeah, it's already no one Casano. Or he's in breach.
Okay.
What am I saying?
What am I feeling? Obi person be join.
Obi person back program.
Nyame ya do next time be zoom no be zoom. Why say ade they will zoom put me back. Eti mama take your chance say so these are some of the challenges some husbands are facing. That my wife constantly is on the phone and somebody before I came here said the wife has put a password on the phone and persuaded the wife to give her the what do you call it? The password. So the wife gave her the password like in the morning. Or man password or man no password. No, but in the first place, let me tell all of you, if you are a woman watching me, a man watching me, and you have a phone without a password, you are a fool. Any medium you can use to put a password on your phone, do it. If you have to use your tongue, use it. Your clit, use it. Your nose, use it. Your facial recognition, use it. And usually, if you want to do facial recognition, don't do sleeping. Because if you do facial recognition with eyes closed, what can you say to open it? What I'm saying is that this gadget can cause a lot of confusion. But it doesn't mean the guy, I told the guy that you are a fool in the first place. To monitor your wife to the extent that you go and look for an old schoolmate who was crashing on her while she was not a wife.
Yeah.
But this is my advice to you young girls.
Yeah.
You see, anytime a man wants to marry you, be careful the things you share with a man. How did he know? I said the guy, how did you know that this guy who is an old student was crashing on your wife? He said, my wife told me.
Yeah.
Only Komobia no Krubedia. Jawu Jimmy no. I know be out the man in detail. Oh, you mean we get we old school na many jino. Na not then hunti me man nyane na afide. Obi a waka kira wan kase wukru se wani jibo ehu. Ana waka kira oyire se wani okase text have a way of staying in the mind. Na afide ono na ane ben ho. And I get bi na oh madam for me catch you say and na me go school no se se oba Ghana oba na oba no ni baby da me feel so okwa da hotel there na ka be yanka hotel there nya on be da fie apreko na me bisa se oba be da ha no wo be worry another and your husband is already thinking about it.
Yeah.
Look, husbands are mature people. Maturity is part of the hallmark of husbandship. And we are talking about weak husband. Any man who demands that the password or the PIN code of a wife's phone is a weak husband.
Me cry the encounter them cry out of her own will crying for
any woman who out of her will give a number to the husband is stupid.
No.
With EDDG.
Objection.
No.
There be allow those who want to do it.
No. What is the reason why I give you a password?
Out of transparency. Me, I'm speaking on behalf of both parties. Yes.
I always tell you that when you're sitting with me, be careful some of the things you say. What do you call transparency?
You want to be open.
To who?
To your spouse.
You are not correct.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Because if you tell me you want to be open,
yes.
why do you make up?
I want to be open. It's my choice.
No, why do you make up?
No, but counselor, you don't need to. It's not cast in stone. It's not cast in stone.
Well, I want you to know that it's not cast in stone, but it is engraved in stone.
Objection.
It is engraved in stone.
No.
In the first place,
I don't agree with
the PIN code is personal identification number.
Of course.
Now, if it's personal and you make it public identification number, it makes you a fool.
No.
Because you see, if it's public, a landline in the house, a normal landline is open to us. But this gadget doesn't need you to have a common password. Once it becomes a common password, it is no more your phone. For example, if I call you in your car and you're driving with your wife or your husband and you have a Bluetooth in your car and I call you, should you pick it on Bluetooth or pick the phone or talk direct to the person?
As for me, I'll pick it up.
On a Bluetooth?
No, yeah, in the car. I've got nothing to hide.
This is my problem with you.
I've got nothing to hide.
So you see, husbands...
But hold on. Let me pick it. Ebia uncommon. Only me bedino. Say be a personal to you now, person third party bet here. I could tell you, okay, I'm driving and you're on speaker. Until let me call you back.
That is the biggest insult in communication. Because
there's nothing wrong with that.
So I call you Roro, I call you Ruru, I call you. When I call you, baby Roo, baby. My Cleto. This is how we start our conversation. And it's in your ears.
No.
Your husband doesn't hear it.
No.
No, you see, that's there's nothing.
My husband will suspect that.
So your husband is a fool.
No. I want to be open to both parties. So I'll pick it up.
No.
Hold on, you listen up. Tear me.
You open to who?
Tear me.
No, you want to be open to who?
Okay, all right.
No, you want to be open to who?
To my husband.
Who did I call?
You called me.
So why is your husband listening to my
voice?
voice?
So you called me. I picked up in the car and I tell you no.
In the first, so immediately. No. Immediately you tell. Do you know why there's something called missed call software on the phone? So that you can miss a call and call back.
Yeah, but I will pick up.
No, so I'm telling you that. No, you see, I'm saying anybody who comes back and see your missed call must call you back. So your husband is in the car, and the regular way we call ourselves, with no strings attached to it, it is our joking way, the way we behave.
Yes.
Ooh, sexy baby. Hey, what do you mean? Don't you mean? Oh, clit, the who for some are feeling trouble, and I say your clit is feeling trouble because I say your nose is your clit. This is how we introduce ourselves to each other. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, I call you, and once I know I'm calling your number, my confidence is that you are the one to pick the call.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you put me on Bluetooth in your car. Is it not infringement of my rights, like you said it's in the Constitution?
It's not. It's the funny say me will fear, me will kitchen, me yeah, Johnny, me need earpiece. Then you call and I put you on speaker.
Don't pick me on speaker.
No, I haven't read this in any book yet.
Okay. So I'm saying that, we have something we call confrontational communication. And if you check communication and check the laws, especially in the Constitution in Ghana, it's Article 18. The right to privacy. So when we say right to privacy, right now as we are sitting, everybody watching us have their right to privacy.
Right.
So your gadgets is part of your right to privacy. And when I call you, it is your number I dial. So why do you bring others in our conversation? For example, I call your husband or I call you. Your husband is. I'm talking about weak husbands now. Who is a weak husband? A man who cannot control his emotions, his thoughts and feelings and actions over a wife's action. An immature small boy who have gotten silly money and have decided to become a husband. Now watch it here. I give you a call. The first thing is that, hello, hey, Councillor Lutrot. You're very stupid.
Why? Nobody's supposed to mention your name.
You are very stupid.
So how is the person supposed to answer the
people
call?
are so much useless, and I've told you explanation of useless, that we don't know how to use this gadget. So your husband is sitting down, and immediately you pick a call, you have to mention the name of who you are talking to. Is it for security reasons or for what? So your husband will know who you are talking to? Is it the reason why you pick the call and say that? No. Or why are you exposing me to everybody?
As for picking up the call and mentioning it, I don't think say a compulsory, but it's necessary.
But majority of wives do this to compensate a husband who is insecure, a husband who has a high level of insecurity, thinking that everybody that calls my wife is interested to fuck my wife.
But 98% of men are like that. Are insecure.
No, it's not, oh no.
I'm saying 98% of men are like that.
I love coming from your side. 98% of husbands or men. Which one are you talking about? We have husbands and men. We have men and husbands.
Men who are in a relationship, men who are dating, men who are married.
I told you that when people are dating you and you say they are insecure, I mean that's senseless.
I would have to use that because it's out of that bonds the marriage.
No.
Be in a relationship with a person.
There's no relationship that leads to marriage. Don't be confused.
Seriously?
There is no relationship on earth that is designed to lead to marriage.
So what? Your wife? You were not in a relationship with her.
The relationship I had with my wife was not to marry.
But for what?
It was a relationship.
So yes, so there was a relationship.
The intention was not for marriage.
It's not by intentions here. There was a relationship.
The relationship was not meant for marriage.
It could be a platonic relationship. It could be a romantic relationship, but there was a relationship.
But it was not meant for marriage.
That's fine.
So I want you to know that there's no relationship that leads to marriage.
There is.
Which one is that?
A platonic relationship can lead to marriage.
Have you ever been
a romantic
relationship in a relationship before?
Yes, can lead to marriage.
Did it lead to marriage?
I'm not married, so I can't speak to that. But I know that most of the people who marry tell their stories this way.
I feel so
that
sad.
they get in a relationship before they marry.
Viewers, I feel so sad that there are too many topics that we have to finish with this young girl. I told you yesterday, she has a lot of mental deficiencies when it comes to relationships. If I don't redeem her, or better leave her in society. But I'm talking about a husband who is weak. A weak husband is an insecure husband. A husband requesting to have your PIN code. A husband requesting to know who you are talking to. Who was the last person you spoke to? A husband who can scroll through your phone and tell you, why has this guy called you 7 times in a day? And I called you and I was on call waiting. What is happening to you that you have been on call waiting for that long? What is the cause of my call waiting? When you constantly have men like this, we call them weak husbands. A husband who cannot provide a befitting shelter. A shelter that is befitting to the status of a woman. A shelter that will make a woman feel comfortable in a house. If the kitchen is as small as a hen coop, but there is a kitchen. A place that is called a place of defecation, called a toilet. A baby and nipa bending. There's a place for sleeping. A place that a woman can keep her bags. I'm talking about a man who cannot give you a shelter. Like yesterday, she said, the word is a single room. A single room. So all these things I said is to make you understand yesterday our discussion. Who is a husband? A husband is a man who has transformed from just being a son, just being a man, into being a husband by virtue of paying the bride price of a woman. So when a man pays your bride price, then he is a husband. When you pay the bride price of a man, it doesn't make him a husband. It makes him a toy boy. It makes him a cursed human being on earth. Because immediately you find yourself living in a home where a woman has provided. You are one, a toy boy. Number two, you are not just a toy boy, but you are also a sex machine being used, you're the GG. Ushia, beside baby. Let me ask you this question I asked a certain lady. A man who is poor, but sexually potent and active. The two. A man who is rich, but semi-potent. The kotimunya dinsa, but the sika samo ye. And at the end, the kotimu din.
How? First one, why? First one.
The Osika.
Because whatever it is, you better discuss us and who you are.
So the other is like
oh, say you share the best experts.
It's only best na be say
me to me abuwa no.
To what you do? Ghana for. Mo am kwati e. Guy kwati do your friend.
I don't know.
Okay. I didn't know what you do na here.
Debut.
But you listen to a few.
Eh, that's some crazy.
But to a few side when
careful, why careful? Again.
I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
To the USA. Your word
Yes,
useless.
When people, yes, and I've explained to people what the word useless means.
Yeah.
The word useless means use but less. But let me say a big thank you to my sponsors and Ginger Honey Chips. And for those of you who just saw the advert, if you're in the United States of America, all you need to do is take your phone and write this number down or dial this number immediately as even I'm on the show. 862-215-2007. In the UK, wherever you are, just call this number right now in the US, 862-215-2007. But if you are in Ghana, 0277 609 644 0277 609 644. Just call these numbers because they are the proud sponsors and supporters of this show we are doing. And not forgetting A2 TV, who are ably supporting us with all the production you're seeing. Your messages are being read here seriously by Ruru.
Ruru. Hey, point. Facebook, I hired the power. I hired it.
So Ruru will read some of the messages on Facebook, and let me just dive straight into my topic with no break again.
Right.
Go to the messages, so let me just.
So Janet Ahimfo says, Ruru, Black Beauty. Okay. Yeah, beautiful, ma'am. Thank you.
All right.
And Drosila Perison says, today I'm late.
Sorry, welcome.
And Al Yusuf says, I see art in the form of painting.
Okay.
Okay, and Victor Marte says, counseling, you know, go kill person.
Don't die now, please.
Then Eric says, I see two men standing with a woman in the middle, with all of them raising their hands.
Okay.
Angela says, direct it back. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
When the thing comes out.
Yeah.
And Evelyn says, sharp, I'll pull it back into my
Also continue to listen with them.
Hey, another person made them in pass out. There's a guy called Victor Marte. I say, Counselor, me self, I know Ruru. Me, I don't know you. I don't know you.
Identification parade. Thank you.
I don't know nobody. Okay.
You don't know nobody.
Then Victor Marte says, check your phone, please.
Okay.
I think there was no sound. Okay, it's fine.
It's back. Okay.
And then Focus Point says, hey, Ru, so will you put it back when it's out? Focus Point.
Your answer, will you put it back?
Of course. Sharp.
What is wrong with you? Did you add sharp to it?
Yeah, sharp, fast.
This is a virgin.
Victor Martin says, Counselor go kill Ruru today. Then Bismarck Opoku says he doesn't qualify to marry the lady.
Okay.
I think it's about the story you shared.
Yes. Okay.
Then Victor says, I'm enjoying it, pie, especially Ruth's contribution. Yeah,
that's good.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's really for you. Your handle again is
then,
tell them your handle again.
My handle on Facebook is Ruru, RUU space RUU.
Okay.
I'll join you guys soon and I'll comment there so you can have it.
Thank you.
Patience Akos Hosu says, Ghana here. I don't understand. I started looking for my phone when my husband will call my colleagues to insult them to stop talking to me, and worse of sending my chat with an elderly man to the cousin. Okay, so somebody has actually shared her real life experience that her husband also does similar to her, which is bad though.
This is an insecure man, and I feel pity for you. Go and see this girl. I wish I get a picture. Every beautiful girl I see in Ghana is married to such a weak husband.
But do you know that here in America, I mean, the majority of the couples almost share phones. So, like, you better one phone, maybe you're or you see at the same time, and there's nothing wrong with it.
No, you see, the problem here is that it is poverty, because you see, you can use one account to get a phone. You know, at times they are doing promotion, so they have iPhone 11, and they say instead of buying one at $800, they are giving you two at
buy one, get the second one 60% off.
So then that is why your husband got it for you, and they use one account to run it. That's poverty.
No, it's the system here is different.
No, it's poverty.
And
no, I'm telling you, it's poverty. It's like your husband selling your old car to buy you a new car. No, do you understand? No, your
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, your husband is waiting for sale on your old car, and as you're walking in town,
but I have for sale.
Clink. Hello, madam. And Bachomi who say I try for sale. Can't be to say what they are for sale. One out on me crouton and Bachobema saying, Bachomi crew say last year 45,000 Ghana cedis, and you bet me to idea. But remember only where she are not with you. I mean, if you are really not a weak husband, you will not sell your wife's car while she's driving it.
This happens in Ghana and Pacho. But I am for sale in Boka.
Now we sent on car.
Yeah, through other means, but I am for sale in Boka. Oh, I'm here. By own.
That happens in Ghana.
That your son also say you for sale.
Flat buy it. And perform that way.
I cry higher. It's any traditional say higher glass.
Now and not flat in one glass.
I saw Papa.
I see my Papa. What do you mean?
Oh, I show. Oh, guys, last show. I cry brochure there. What's to me go? What's a hacker jollof little different from Ghana? There.
You say, and you say, now you whole can because me show you near Pamomi and die.
Opa safing.
Na ka make kind of
safing.
Say Krobi a Jimmy dos was so pie.
So waka. Waka. Producer ene ye betu ni nyom egu abot.
Na me tumi gu abot me da abot ko be pem abot. Fia me ti I ti say me shake. Me nko be bia. Eti me nya girl bi kra me be kro mo. Bia me shede. So for bomb pie sa so fu die Jimmy. So by see having looking for who one of the things I want you to learn is that, so we are talking about a weak husband. So a husband is the one who has paid your bride price. Immediately the weakness of a husband is exposed. It's exposed because they can't pay your bride price. So when you start with a man who cannot afford, a man who cannot afford paying your bride price, the signs of weakness are exposed. A man who cannot afford giving you a befitting shelter, the signs of weakness are exposed. Now, our topic is how to manage such a weak man. And the mother-in-law. A man is a male, and because he's a male child, he only becomes a husband because of you. So the first thing is that before somebody will say that I am a husband, you just want to pay your bride price.
Right.
Now, when I pay your bride price, I am not a man to you.
You are my husband.
Thank you. So the difference between a man and a husband is the married man. So when a man gets married, he becomes a husband. When you are treating a man and treating a husband, the treatments are not the same.
True.
Our problem is that
100%.
the weakness of a man is not compared to the weakness of a husband. When a man is not married to you, their conversation and caring nature cannot be compared to when you become a wife.
Of course.
So when a politician is campaigning, so he will win an election, he doesn't campaign anymore after
the election.
But that is where the challenge falls between our lives, that we cannot identify what makes a man weak. So a man who still is expecting the things that were happening when he was a man, as he has become a husband, is a weak man.
Yeah.
So you want to marry a man, I agree. But immediately he becomes a husband, there are some particular requests that he needs to meet. He has a religious power. So a man who is not weak controls the spirituality of the family. If your husband is a Muslim, you cannot tell me I am an SDA. You are lying. You can't tell me I am apostolic. You are lying. Any woman who marries a Muslim spiritually becomes a Muslim. Because the headship of the family is designed by the man.
Do you want to explain that further? So
Thank
that
you.
It's here for better.
God is man and not woman. No woman is in the image of God. The reason is because God created man in his likeness and in his image, but created woman as the desire for man. So what man is God. Your husband is your God. I feel pity for useless men who have made some wives feel that God is stupid. Because the way your husband is behaving is what makes you know how God is. So if you're married to a pastor who carries anointing and he's not treating you well as a wife, he has no anointing but annoyance. Because his Bible says a man who wants to be in the office of a bishop must be a man who can keep his house. A man who is not able to take care of his family, the wife and the children, is worse than an unbeliever and an infidel. So if you're married to a pastor, a church elder, executive member of a church, a deacon, a praise and worship leader, whoever is leading a church, he's a worker in the church. If you're married to any of them and they are not treating you well in the name of Shema Kotoba Baba, Holy Bayaba, Yakotomoria Bekambenku, Maso Beta Bayaba, Yepesika Kotobenku, Bokaye Baliba, Jimmy Benano, Bemo to Chia Danka, Nyami Betre, Nyami Nebetre, Nyami Merepa. Wow, Nyami, please. So a man and a husband are not the same. Once you marry a man who doesn't believe in the God you believe in, you will steal your father's God and you will die. And that's what happened to Rachel's death. When Laban was asking for his gods, Jacob went to the house of Laban and he didn't show Rachel the type of God that he was worshiping as Jacob. So when he was running away with his wives, Rachel and Leah, the ugly one, back to his hometown, then Rachel stole the father's God because Jacob didn't produce any type of God. He came as a poor man. Jacob was very poor. So he came to work in the house of Laban to become a man. What you can see in a weak husband is a man who is working on the earth with certificate and is having an employment in a particular company. A2 TV has employed him, and all of a sudden he comes to marry Ruru here. And after marrying Ruru, then the Ruru's father says, I own a company, and the company is demanding a strong man like you. Now that you come to marry my daughter, I don't know how to give birth, so I have only daughters. I want you to become my son and manage my company. Then this weak husband becomes an employee or employer of your father. That is weakness of a husband. So not just spiritually, but the man that takes offer after marrying a man's daughter is a weak husband. Say, why worry Ruru, ni papa wa company. Oni ma want in bank, be money ma want a woman, or maybe I want man.
Hey.
Any man who has only girls doesn't know how to have children. And I challenge you, if you are a man, it's not like this. I'm gonna say, yes, God bless me with girls. So as for me, I'm a girl's father. I'm winning. The only man one I won't bear my name. Now, Mamma Silk could you? On one year.
You bet you never go on to
you can't cross your one. You're going to bear my judge or your tito or your my girls, crasses. Yeah, but one member. So, Laban or woman or woman, or Leah or Rachel. What's your Bible one? The only female shepherd that has ever been mentioned in the Bible is Rachel, because the father has sheep, But Rachel was the only lady who goes to water the sheep as a shepherd, the shepherdess. Now, what happened was that immediately Jacob came to the house of Laban. Because a man came, his business began to flourish. Yes, but this is the challenge. The challenge is that when you are a strong husband and not a motomo, vegetable man, looking for an opportunity where it is not available to go and marry a beautiful daughter of a rich man, just so you become an employee of the man, you are a weak husband. So these weak husbands are more in our system. What makes another man another weak again as a husband? Any man who marries a woman and takes the woman to go and live in the father's house is a weak husband.
Bobium.
What's it?
Bobium.
At all lines. So. Send a roll to it.
Ruru.
I roll the the same room. Scan us when you have to roll ya na meka. Ruru scare or the make bet ya. And I'm man na man so this condition. Once I show my card here 862-215-2007. Why? Yeah, this can so ya the so ya there. Tie, send out two way. What tell papa feel?
Pacha debi.
Me de cancer.
Yeah, say
what to me papa went to get your 210 feet papa feel papa you be dinner say. Get udina not to them. How sweet the name of Jehovah, Jesus sound in there. Hey, Jesus. Send papa name says, send a banner home back. Your kind. And boy, be ever sad with the fee. Now I regular. Never parting you know. In the belly, none of body so. Is what do. None of body now. Do. Obetia.
Yes.
Yes,
Daddy. Yes, Daddy.
And even now to a Methodist book,
MHB.
So, when you open him said the home bar, now the guy became so embarrassed. Said, Uncle, didn't you? His son said, so you see, when a man is weak, he marries you to the father's house. The same way, when a man is weak, he brings his mother to your marital home and gives the mother the rights to control the home. And will come there managing mothers-in-law.
Yeah.
But when a man is weak, he doesn't have power to provide shelter. There are men who have not even packed their things to their father's house. But their regular place of living is their mother's house. One way the next woman so made dino. Obebano. Now I mean
no the bisukraba.
Say Jimmy and Yamin, but now I'm best of my board. Now what frame about? I use myself for example. Before I got married, my mother does garden stew, contomere stew, all the stews, and will bring it to me. When I decided to get married, the first thing I did was that I stopped her from cooking for me.
That's the right thing to do.
No, I just stopped her straight. I just stopped her from cooking for me. And I started continuing my cooking myself. Now, she carved a new activity. She now decided every weekend to come and visit me. So whether I'm home or not, my mother will want to come home. And before I come back from where I've gone to, she has done all variety of food and left in my house.
And where was your wife by then?
When I was not married, I was single.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it was continuing like that. And I told mommy that the food that is coming to me. Unfortunately for me, when I was even working, I don't buy food outside. I was raised not to buy food outside. So in my last age at the office, I carry lunch box to work. My mother will cook for me and I'll take to work to eat. The days I don't take food, my mother makes sure that she will buy food for me and they'll bring it to me before lunch time.
Hey, I just so.
Like, me put the
you're a pampered boy.
No, I'm still a pampered boy.
Hey.
I'm not a pampered husband. That's the difference.
Well, but most say no one say no anya careful. So
immediately I became a husband. Because I don't want to be weak, I ended it.
You ended it to yourself.
Because
didn't you suffer any shock as a result of the difference?
No, there is no mother who will ever stand against the son. But if the son doesn't stop this nonsense before bringing a wife. That's the problem.
And she didn't feel like maybe our wife na influence
because I'm not married yet.
Oh, and why are there so stopping
I did all these things 1 year to 8 months before bringing an activity called marriage.
That was a good one.
Because I know I'll become a weak husband if I don't deal with what makes me a man. So when a man is not able to deal with what makes him a man between himself and his family, when he becomes a husband, then he becomes a weak husband.
Yeah.
Where I live in Ghana is a first-class place. Nobody will move out of Osu residential area on the Oxford property and go and live in a place where there's no water. Yes.
I can relate. Yeah.
So I took a decision after marriage. When I took a decision to marry, I told myself the journey from my house to where I'm going to live with my wife should be a very irritating journey for anybody to pass and say, Thank you. These things were decisions I took not to become a weak man. The area was difficult with water. Everybody had a poly tank that they buy water. And the biggest poly tank there was 1,000 liters. When I came, I bought 20,000 liters because I was going to get married. If you go to my flat today, I have the biggest poly tank. And this is the reason. The reason was that the woman I was going to get married to would not be adjust because in my house in Osu, you stay under the shower until you are tired. And the woman I was going to get married to, I'm not picking a woman from the village who baths in the river, but she might also be bathing under a shower like that. I have made a decision as a husband. And because I'm moving somebody's daughter to a place like this, I wanted to create a heaven for her.
Right.
Because I'm a husband.
Water is everything.
So I bought gallons. I brought a whole big poly tank. And it's the biggest poly tank. Now that water is flowing in the place, my poly tank has become